since we are talking about, dynamic data, not static data, what kind of latency or freshness requirements are enterprises demanding or asking for when they are building agents that need to act in real time, and you are the one, providing them with the data?
In terms of latency, I think it's a business decision, like how fast you want this specific decisions to be made. The thing that is for sure happening is that you can make this decision faster. Now, you don't have to go to sub 10 second or sub millisecond type of decision speed, because the system today, one, it's slow. I mean, you need to let the LLM run and come up with a solution. And also, we don't have yet in the overall world, like all the control systems in place. And so I think what's going to happen is, first, let's get to the latency of decision making that a human has, and just decrease as you were learning how to make the system work, and just iterate and get that latency down. Now, in terms of data freshness, well, if you have an agent running, you want it to be looking at the most recent piece of data. So that's why, when we're thinking about the context store to give you latency, very strong latency when it comes to the discovery. But if you want to make sure that you always have the latest version of the piece of data that the agent has at hand, you always have the ability to just look at the source system and make sure that there is no difference between these two pieces of data, and make decision based on the most recent data record that you have. Does that answer your question?
Can you also talk about how are customers using this? Are you seeing that customers are using it for agentic workflows that go beyond chatbots, like autonomous decisioning, workflow orchestration, or closed loop system? What does this look like in practice, if you have seen?
When we're thinking about the agentic platform, we're always thinking about the modality by which people access data, by which agents access data, and also the maturity of adoption. And, we're always, the same way we're talking like for self-driving cars in like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Most companies follow a very similar motion across these levels. And the agentic data platform is an infrastructure product, meaning that it solves the access, it solves the discovery, it solves the write. Now, how you consume it is going to be different based on your level of maturity or the problem at hand. And having that as part of your chat, well, this is something you can solve through an MCP and connecting it to Anthropic, OpenAI, Perplexity, whichever bot that you want. What you want is just to make sure that as the LLM is progressing, it's able to just query the right information. Now, if you are looking to build a specific agent that is going to run as an automated process, this is where you can use either the open source SDK or APIs that give you access to these data access primitives. And as you go and automate more, like you also have the ability to just build more complex workflows that are chaining different agents, adding predictable and a little bit unpredictable task with the right gate to make sure that the workflow is executing appropriately, and that you're guiding the different agents running on it into the right direction. So that is really how we're thinking about data access. And every company that is building an infrastructure product needs to take into account the level of maturity of companies and make sure that we are hand-holding all these companies to make sure that they have the most successful experience introducing AI into their system, into their team, based on where they're at in their journey.